right, hey everyone, I'm Jason,
Lucy.
and we're the founders of Urusi Holdings, a multifamily investment firm in Nashville, Tennessee that focuses on multifamily investing, finding underperforming assets both on the management and property side, buying them, and making them better places to live. We've acquired over 1,600 units in the last 5 years now, totaled over about 140, 150 million in real estate, with another 50 million currently in our pipeline. So we're going to go through a bunch of Q&A today, and first question up is, how did we meet?
Ooh, we met on a rusty old barge.
Very romantic.
Very romantic, very rusty old barge. I was probably dusting off alcohol and dust off my pants as Jason walked into the barge, and that's how we met. He was going to
Well,
come
you were a
into.
bartender, is plus why the alcohol was there. But
Yes,
yes.
yes. I was a bar manager of a amazing place called the Frying Pan, Chelsea in New York City. And Jason walks in. He was going to help us with the construction for the bar,
Mhm.
and he ends up having bartending knowledge. So I bring him behind the bar, and he is a whiz. And we start
Which
we start
basically
working together.
open a beer bottle and
Hmm.
pour liquor in a cup and
Hmm.
add something else that someone else asked for. There you
Yeah,
go.
there you
Hire.
go.
Hire.
And that's
Well,
how we met.
fast forward, how did we get into multifamily? Well, we actually were doing flips in New Jersey. We were actively flipping and wholesaling and doing some Airbnb properties, and we came upon doing some out-of-state rentals that were duplexes, and that was our first involvement into going out there and just understanding how to put together teams to really have the property, get the property to a state that it can perform and get it rented out. Basically, everything from your leasing person to your contractors to your maintenance people to your insurance people to your property manager. But that was that aha moment that you could do this without you actively doing the work, and led us to say, well, what else out there is there? What else out there
Is
is
there?
there? Wow, say that said 10 times fast. And that led us into large multifamily.
So why did we start our own business? To get our time back.
Yeah.
We decided when we got together, like we had gotten together in 2000. We had met each other in 2003, but it wasn't until the end of 2012 into 2013 that we formed our relationship, that we finally saw each other, and we had an amazing first year, and we decided to start a family. And as soon as we had that thought, we knew that we had to set our lives up in such a way that we could take control back from those that we've given control to, back from the people that we had worked for. We had worked for this company for almost a decade, and although it was a great experience, we learned so much. We don't see any return from that investment of time and like thought processes. So we jumped back into, and we moved from New York City, jumped to New Jersey, and jumped into the family construction business and built our flipping and wholesaling business from that. But we still didn't get our time back. We then jumped into our small multifamily and then large multifamily, just like you heard Jason say. And as soon as we found large multifamily, we knew this is the business that we could build a legacy from. So that's why we got into business for ourselves, because we wanted the return of our time back from all the time that we had invested into our future. We wanted our time back.
Next question is, how can I invest with you guys? And so over the course of us and our process is that we came into multifamily investing through syndication, and we've used the syndication model for us to be able to buy larger assets where we can all benefit from the economies of scale. And what syndication is it's a way for us to pool resources, basically our capital and investor capital, so we can go out there and buy these larger assets. And that's been very proficient, very fun, engaging, and very lucrative for a lot of our investors and ourselves. And so we've continued that model forward. And if you want to learn more about what we're working on, you can go find us at urusiholdings.com. That's YARUSI holdings.com. You can find everything about Peely and I, our team, our great team that helps support us on this mission forward, our podcast, investing with us, past offerings, current offerings. You can learn a lot and find some better questions for yourself and your investment, where you want to go with your investments as well.
So here's a really important question: cats or dogs?
Cats or dogs? Dogs. Bulldogs in particular is my focus. No cats. I like dogs. I'm going to say dogs.
I've had cats before, and they're gorgeous, amazing creatures, very independent. But I love me my bulldogs now.
What are you reading right now?
Oh, am I reading right now? I'm reading a book called Anxious People. It's actually, I just started it. It's a part of a book club, and it's supposed to be an accumulation of just like human thought. And I can't think of the author off the top of my head, but I cannot wait to get more into the book. But I just started it today.
I'm reading Die with Zero. It's a book about just making sure that you're understanding what you're doing. Because many times that we spend our whole life just accumulating or trying to save as much as possible just to get to the end and honestly find out that everything we've wanted to do in life where we've passed that stage for where we can basically have it done, right? And so dying with zero is not so much to just be broke, but to use your money more on experiences than just saying you got to some pinnacle number. So just making sure that you're really sizing in why you're doing something, what do you want from it, and how can you create the most value in your life. What is the best piece of advice you have ever been given?
Take action. But not only that, take decisive, educated, formulated action. Like you can have those goals, you can have those dreams, but goals and dreams do not come to fruition without taking the action steps. They're just going to continue to be a goal or a dream in your head, in your heart. But they should, like, real goals and dreams don't just live within you. You take the action, you bring them out so you can not only serve yourself and your family, but chances are you'll serve the world by taking those out and taking the action needed to get your goals and dreams done.
Yeah, I've actually a similar response. Like this too shall pass, meaning that someday will never come. Right? So many days we're waiting for that perfect someday to come out and happen for us to go out there and take action. But there's never a better day than right now, today, for us to go forward and go after our goals. Right? Tomorrow is not going to make it easier. Tomorrow is not going to make it brighter. Today is your day. Choose wisely and go out there and take action. If you had to teach a class on one thing, what would you teach? I would teach mindset. I think most of everything that we don't do in life is because we are our own worst critics, our own worst enemy. And so really self-affirmation and mindset is something that we all need to focus on because we put the attention on so many other people's lives and let their lives really dictate how we feel about ourselves, where ultimately it's all about us, regardless of either we have greatness or not greatness around us. It all starts with what we think the moment we get out of bed, how we treat ourselves to show up, and that's going to create the livelihood and the life we want based on the steps we take.
Mine is a similar answer. I mean, Jason and I can talk real estate all day long and we can teach you this. But if it, even in our program, we start off with goals and why. We start off with the mindset first. Because without that, like if you don't have that base, you, you don't have anything. Like you can learn all you want, but if you don't have the basis of the, once I learned this, what's the next step? And taking the action and filling your cup first so that you can fill others, then well, that's why we can teach mindset.
Do you collect anything?
I collect a few things.
Hmm?
We have delve into the NFT space, and I have started to collect NFTs, but I'm being very mindful of those NFTs that I collect. They have astounding communities and they give value and utility.
We collect real estate and I collect kettlebells. So we'll keep it on that front. Those are two things that I collect.
You do.
What's your most used emoji?
Uh,
I guess thumbs up. I don't know. I'm not really. I don't know. Yours?
the hibiscus.
Hibiscus.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you rather live where it only snows or the temperature that never falls below 100 degrees? I guess that this can be a pretty easy
Oh my
answer.
goodness.
Peely's from Hawaii, so I'm gonna just throw a stone and say that the 100 degrees.
I don't know because Hawaii doesn't like Hawaii is like maybe 85 degrees. It never like really hits 100.
Yeah, once it's 100, you get used to it. I guess you get used to the
Do
cold too.
you?
But I'll take the 100 degrees. I just think you
Well,
can
I'm
accomplish
just
a lot
gonna
more.
go wherever you are, so
There's
I'll
always
take the
shade.
100 degrees too.
Very well. Very well. Of course, great answer. If you were stranded on a desert island, what three items would you want to have with you? Our kids.
Yeah.
There's three of them. Perfect.
You'll bring the kids, I'll bring the food, water and shelter.
Okay, I'll say kettlebell, coffee, peanut
No,
butter.
you're bringing the kids.
Well, if I wasn't, if I had to pick it, so coffee, peanut butter, and kettlebell. Fair enough.
Yeah, we could live on
Okay.
that.
What's your favorite place you've, I'm gonna say, never visited, or is it ever visited? What's your favorite
Ever.
place ever visited? What's your favorite place you've ever visited?
Favorite place I've ever visited. Ooh, that'd be difficult. Like my favorite place is wherever you are. Second favorite place is wherever my family is. So that would be
Yeah.
Hawaii.
I guess I've enjoyed honestly all the trips we've taken.
Yeah.
So it's been a lot, right? Each time's a new experiences. We're going to Portugal in a few weeks. It'll be Peely's first time to Europe. The kid's first time to Europe.
Yay.
I've actually been to Europe a good amount, but I've never been to Portugal. So it's going to be an exciting time to go see there, and we'll come back and potentially have a better answer for you. What was the first thing you brought with your own money? I I would say it's probably something between like baseball cards or gum. I could not remember to tell you.
Probably candy of some sort. I mean, if we're talking like as a child,
Yeah.
probably some sort of candy.
Mm.
I'm guessing because that
Yeah.
would be like the cheapest thing.
What's your favorite family tradition?
My favorite family tradition. Probably dancing hula. I'm a hula dancer. If you didn't know, I've danced hula all my life. Not the commercial stuff you see, although I can do that too.
Yeah.
Um, that's probably my most favorite tradition, like spanning the centuries. I really, really like the Christmas traditions that my
Mm.
family puts together, though. There's some really funny ones. Also, Halloween, like the pumpkin carving. Remember that time we did a bulldog, we did Jack
Oh, we did. That was
into the
pretty good.
pumpkin.
Yeah.
We were really good.
Yeah. For me, I would say, just now, having kids, just watching their experience of Christmas morning. I
Yeah.
think that's fantastic. So that is our Q&A. Thank you for all those great questions. Thank you for putting so many questions out there. A lot of these came from Instagram. Really appreciate all of these fantastic questions. Of course, if you want to learn more about us, go over to yourrusiholdings.com. You can find all about Peely, myself, the type of things that we're working on, some of the investments we've worked on in the past, new offerings, current opportunities, and our podcast. Get a lot more information there. So I'm Jason.
I'm Peely.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Aloha.